Welcome to Mindful Improvisation. It's an evening of Sedona Awakenings, and these are stories that came about from a writing contest last year. My publishing company put out a citywide request to anybody in Sedona to submit a story on their mystical path to Sedona, how they found Sedona. And what evolved out of a contest turned into a book. And many of the writers are here with us tonight, and they're going to share a part of their story with you. And Marjorie Timms, who has a PhD out of Northwestern University in performing arts, will conduct the evening.
We have one more story for you tonight, and we want to share with you a little process that we've been playing with just recently. A new aspect of playback theater that may be the future of our work together. And we're considering the marriage of performance art and playback theater, in which the storyteller moves right into the story and in a psychodramatic fashion becomes part of the telling of the story. So I hope you'll join us for Pash's story.
This story starts with a dream. In my dream, I was hiking through the Malibu hills where I lived, and all of a sudden I got snapped right out of my dream, and I went shooting through space at high speeds. And I didn't have a body, and there were colors all around. There were colors, but no colors. And a voice coming from nowhere and everywhere said, "Do you want to go on?" And at that time in my life, I was having a really, really hard time. I was a teenager, and I was super depressed, total wild child, and I really didn't want to go on. But suddenly, I envisioned my mom and my dad and my sister, and I felt the pain that they would feel if I actually wasn't there. And so I said, yes, I want to go on. And I got snapped right back into my normal dream without walking through the hills. About 2 weeks later, I was hitchhiking to go see some friends. And a car pulled up.
Hey, who's that, baby?
No.
Who's that hippie chick?
Don't get in that car.
Who's that hippie chick? She's young.
No.
And I had a bad feeling. And the car stopped.
Come on, baby, hop in.
And I got in anyway. And it was the 70s, late 70s, during the time when the Hillside Strangler was terrorizing Los Angeles. And
You heard about the Hillside Strangler?
he asked me. And I was a very strong girl. I used to arm wrestle with grown men and win half the time. And I also had horses and would throw bales of hay around. So I said, yeah, I've heard of him.
What would it be like if you were in the car with a Hillside Strangler? How would that feel to you? Think you could handle it?
I could totally handle it. I'm a pretty strong girl,
Yeah?
I said with total confidence. And we drove another mile in silence, and suddenly he made a right-hand turn up the canyon. And this voice in my head said, get out now! And I didn't care. We were driving, and we had a whole struggle in the car. And I opened the car door, and I tried to get out, and we fought. And finally, we were out of the car, and he was pounding my head. And I started to black out, and I fell on the ground, and everything was moving in slow-mo. And he grabbed my arm, and he put it behind my back, and he started to ask me,
Are you a virgin, baby? You're a virgin.
And I didn't know what to answer. I didn't know if you wanted me to be one or not. And I really wanted to know, was he going to kill me? And so I just started to ask him, would you please answer me a question?
Answer me the question.
Would you please answer me a question?
Make him think you're crazy. Make him think you're crazy.
And finally he said,
What question? What question?
and then I thought, well, maybe I better act crazy, and so I didn't want to ask the question anymore, and so I just said, would you please answer me a question? Would you please answer me a question?
Again. Crazy.
Would you please answer me a question?
You're just too strong. I don't know what to do with this chick. You're too strong, honey.
Finally, he moved away, and he just got back in his car. Later, I was with my family, and I still was all bashed up from the experience, and we decided that it would be best for me to go away to a boarding school. And we had heard about Verde Valley School from family friends, so we decided to go there. And I attended Verde Valley School for 4 years, and during that time, I found a place on the creek that I used to sneak onto, and I would swim there in the water. And it really sort of started to heal my wounded soul. And I would bake on the red rocks in the sun. And this whole healing started to happen. And after 4 years passed, I was just about to graduate. One night I was sitting on the top of a mountain behind the school, looking at the sunset and looking at the mountains and feeling so grateful for being alive. And above the creek, this light came on. And it was a light that I always saw. It had been there for years, and right at dusk it would always just turn on. I always wondered what that was, but it just seemed to like represent sort of the awakening or feeling of peace that I had found. So I graduated and I left VBS and Sedona, and I wondered how on earth I would ever get back, and I especially wondered how I would ever get back to that amazing place. And I met a man.
Hey, Pash.
Hey.
Hey.
And we moved in together, and we traveled the whole world. And I dreamed every week for like 14 years. I dreamed that we would make it back to Sedona, that I would move back to Sedona. And eventually, it happened.
Yeah, let's go to the Sedona. I think let's make an advertisement, and we'll call ourselves like the Dream Rental People, and we'll take care of somebody's house. You know, hopefully there'll be some rich person with a big house and we can just take care of it.
We were having a heck of a time. But I'll write an ad.
Yeah, you're right.
So I write an ad saying that we were the dream tenants seeking an ideal private quiet rental.
That's good. Dream.
And we put it in the paper. And we waited. And we waited, and we ran out of money, and we waited.
Call those people in the newspaper there. The dream team. The dream team.
Finally, we pulled the ad.
You don't know who these people are.
I have a feeling. I have a feeling.
Pash, I just had this lucid dream. I had this dream. We're gonna get a place. It's 100 acres, and it's right on the creek. It was a lucid dream, I'm telling you. I just laid down and I closed my eyes and it happened.
Hang on. I don't have a dream like that. It's impossible.
No, it's real. I'm telling you, I really believe it. I know we pulled the ad, but I think this is gonna happen.
So 2 weeks later, the phone rings. And I picked it up, and I said, hello.
Hello. My name's Hi, and my wife and I, we saw your ad in Sedona. Are you the dream tenants that we're advertising?
I said, yeah, we're the dream tenants.
Tell
We're
them
having a heck of a
we'll be
time
back at
finding
our
the
property
dream
in 2
rental.
weeks. 2 weeks we'll be there. Tell them that we got to see them. Tell them.
Well, you probably already heard her, but we're going to be back in Sedona 2 weeks from now. And we'd love to have you come by and take a look at the property.
Where is it?
It's over by Oak Creek and near the school that's down there.
Wow, okay, yeah, we'll be there. We'll be there.
All right. Gosh, I think this is it. I think this is my lucid dream. This is it.
I don't know.
Let's go check it out. Come on.
So we went and we checked it out, and miracle of miracles, it was the same property that I used to sneak onto when I was a kid.
This is it. This was in my dream. It's 100 acres.
That was the dream that Marty had too. So we moved in, and we were caretakers for 7 years. One day I was back in Los Angeles, and I was at my mom's house, and my sister and my mom and I were watching TV. And my sister was a real crime buff, so she sort of always likes to watch horrible TV shows. And anyway, she was wanting to watch this show about the Hillside Stranglers. So we were watching it, and suddenly, to my horror, that's the guy.
Well, what guy, dear?
That's the guy. That's the guy who beat me up hitchhiking.
No way. Shut the front door.
Sometime later, I was sitting outside and reading the paper, and I was seeing an article about Bob Brogan.
Hey, Pash, look at this. There's this musician. He's playing in Canyon Moon tonight in Sedona, and it says he used to be a cop in L.A., and he was the one who broke the case against the Hillside Strangler.
Wow.
That's
Oh my God,
unbelievable.
I couldn't believe it. The guy who broke the Hillside Strangler case in Sedona playing music.
Yeah. Maybe you should call him and tell him.
I'm going to call him right this minute. So we ran into the house, picked up the phone.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling. Hello,
Hi, is this Bob Grogan?
Bob Grogan speaking.
Hi, my name is Pash, and I just wanted to thank you for breaking the Hillside Strangler case. I know this sounds so bizarre, but I just read about you in the paper, and well, he picked me up and beat me up, and I survived, and I just wanted to thank you for...
I'm so glad you're on the phone now, speaking to me. And thank you. Thank you for your gratitude. It was my job, and I'm glad you made it through.
And I hung up the phone, and I just felt so grateful and so thankful for being alive and for having survived and for having chosen to live and for being in Sedona.
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 Sedona. We love you.